outside the candy store. I should be riding. Haven't been near bikes, and especially in a bike store, for like many years now, over a decade at least. I was afraid of the feelings that I would have because I've like had some in stuff, and so I wasn't sure how I would feel. I was nervous about coming into the store, but like it's going right back to like, oh my god, this is so exciting, I love bikes. It's like, oh my god, this one and that one, and I want to ride them all. Like, yeah, because I'm a short little girl, is that if the bike's too high, then I can't really ride it, and any bike I could ever get on, in any case I would tiptoe. So I was like doing ballet on bikes, but I never backed down. It was just like I couldn't care less about how high it was. I would find a way to ride it. You know, I should be fucking riding. What am I doing? Oh, excuse me. It's like my friend. It's interesting. It's like my friend, and I haven't hung out with my friend in a very long time, so it's like I'm so excited to be back with my friend. Just like have names for all my bikes, by the way. They were just, yeah, and they were men, so my cars were always women and my bikes were always men. I don't know why, that's just how it was. Like there's this feeling that there's this like physical relationship of familiarity and sort of stability and safety, and I know this feels like an old friend, but it also feels like, I don't know, maybe like if somebody was a sailor, like you mentioned sailors the other day, and they had not been on the water, and then they had this itch to like go back on the sea. I like heard it so many times, but I have no relationship to the sea in that way. But like I can understand that now in relationship to what I'm experiencing with this bike. It's kind of like, yeah, of course I know this. I like the feeling of riding and the feeling of like just the acceleration and the momentum, and then you're sort of you're moving through space together, one with the bike, and it's like you're communicating with it and it's communicating with you. It's a spiritual experience, if I can call it that. It's beautiful and I love it, and I'm so glad that I'm back. Get one of these, go down like the length of a country or a continent or something. Yeah, spend like weeks or months on a bike. That would be fun again. This one, for example, is huge and too heavy for me, but I'd figure it out. And if somebody else was the owner of this bike, they would be so petrified of the fact that I'm insisting that I give it a shot. I've experienced that so many times in my life. It's funny, and I get it. If I was the owner, I wouldn't want a scrawny little kid to get on my bike either, but I did many times. Model that I had, it's painted differently, but this is the model. I had that little model bike on my shelf forever. This is it, or at least very similar. It's like a moped. You know what a moped is? Mm-hmm. Oh my god, it's so cute. Is this an electric one? It's so cute. Because MTV Roadies was like such a small part of my entire bike life experience, like, but it was a very important part because I got to ride across India, and I would not have been able to do that as a woman. You know, it was just 40 days with like a crew, with mechanics, with other people, so you're safe and you're in a group and you're riding around like these remote streets of India. Like, that was a dream come true. Roadies is very intertwined with my experience as a biker, but roadies came way later. My actual genuine passion for bikes had nothing to do with even the existence of the show, right? It was years of my own experience independently as a girl trying to do not even trying, like as if it was a dream come true. The whole thing was a dream come true. Like 2 years of having that little model, like why would I buy a model bike and put it on my freaking shelf? Like where did that come from? I have no idea. By the time I got to university, that dream came true because my father actually bought me a bike, and then I was riding a bike on Delhi streets, not another woman in sight, just completely like, I'm doing this for myself. Like it was just a dream come true. And then a few years later of having ridden every freaking day all over the place myself was the concept of roadies that came along. And my neighbor, he's the one who said, Ankit Malhotra from across the corridor said, hey, you should like try out for that biking group that's coming around, or there's an ad on MTV and you should try that out. I'm like, right across India, are you kidding me? I'm on, like, And I went for the audition and I kept passing the stages, and then lo and behold, a month later, it's like, you've been shortlisted, and I was part of the show. So that's how that happened. But like, it's not like I started writing for that, or I rode only on that. Like I was riding all the time, every day. And I've owned a few bikes over the years. So roadies was a small part of that whole experience for me. But it was a really beautiful experience, definitely. And I've had other really beautiful experiences with, like, I was riding with the Enfield Club. Now, they were elitist because they wanted you to have an Enfield, but I had my roadies bike by then, and I was a woman, and they're just like so impressed with me. So they're like, okay, I guess, we can make exceptions for you. So I rode with the freaking Enfield Club every once in a while. Bikes have been a really, 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 really important part of my life. And I'm glad that they're back. Drive past it all the time. Drive past it all the time. And then I see the bikes parked and everything. I never once thought that I'll actually end up coming in here. And what a beautiful experience. What beautiful people, and what an exciting time. So, yeah, nice. Oh my God, yummy. It's so fun, My stomach is slightly churning.